Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another cigar review brought to you guys by the team here at Don't Inhale. Once again, you already know who the fuck I am, so let's just get right to the review, man. Today, I'm going to be talking about a cigar that is really honorable, like you gotta, all rise for this cigar review, man, because we talking about, the number one cigar on Cigar Aficionado's list of 2024. It's My Father the Judge in the Grand Robusto vitola. And right off the bat, once again, I gave this cigar a 7.7 out of 10. And here's the breakdown as to why. But before we get into that, let's, talk about some background. So the Garcia family, they named this cigar the Judge because they actually have a friend of theirs that's actually a judge. And yeah, and this cigar is a 5x60 vitola. It was originally released November 2016. Wrapper is from Ecuador. It's Ecuador, Sumatra. Filler and binder are both Nicaraguan. And interestingly enough, right, I know everyone, when they saw the list this year from Cigar Aficionados, they're like, oh, my father paid to get that number one spot and all this and all that. And I understand what everyone is saying, because this cigar was actually number 17, the exact same vitola and everything. This was number 17 in 2021. So how can 4 years or 3 years later, it jumps 16 spots to number one in 2024? And I mean, even before this list came out, if you guys go back and watch like one of our other podcast episodes, I think it's the one where we're talking about like the zombie apocalypse. Myself, Mr. A, we all already liked this cigar. It's actually one of the first cigars that I smoked, and I smoked this cigar the first time back in September in the Toro Fino vitola, and it's one of the cigars that made me continue smoking cigars. I think it's the old reliable. So would I put it at number one on the list? Personally, I don't think so, because I've smoked other cigars that are really, really good, like even better than this, but I just consider this like an old reliable cigar. Like if I'm going through a stretch of cigars where it's been nothing but shit, and I just want to sit down and enjoy a smoke that I know is gonna, come through with good flavors and all of that, I would definitely pick up a Judge. And for everyone that's mad that My Father's factory, maybe they paid for their spot, I don't know. It's all rumors, this, he said, she said. I wasn't there, in the room when, checks or money was exchanging hands. It's all rumors. I don't even know how they judge the cigar. They say it's all blinded, like unbanded cigars. But at the end of the day, whatever they did, I just gotta say it worked, because this is genius marketing, right? It got you talking about it. Now I'm talking about it to you again. Everyone was in an uproar, but guess what? Every single store that sold this cigar, when that list dropped, sold out of, My Father the Judge. So, hey, I think it's great, genius marketing on their part. So it's a worthy investment if they pay for that spot. A local, brick and mortar here, they increased prices. It went from $13 before the list dropped, and then they started charging, I want to say like $15, $16 afterwards. So yeah, but I guess I digress. So now let's break down this smoke session and why I gave it the 7.7 out of 10 that I did. Off the start, so for texture, I would say this cigar was pretty smooth with minimal vein structure. The smell gave off a bready smell with undertones of some raisin. And for this smoke session, I decided to go with the guillotine cut. Off the cold draw, I got a tobacco sweetness with underlying dried fruit notes. So then when I lit up the cigar off the initial combustion, I got heavy notes of a dried raisin with a caramel sweetness. And then out the retrohale, I got this toasted bread with milk chocolate and a slight white pepper finish. So then I smoked through the first third of the cigar. And through the palate, I got a dried cocoa powder with unsalted almonds over a dried, chocolate covered raisin finish. And then it developed more, as I smoked more through the first third, it started to also give off notes of an oakiness and also this turbinado brown sugar sweetness to it. Out the retrohale, I got a white pepper spice with a rich coffee ground finish. The burn line was very good in this first third, great construction so far, and the ash held on very strong. So then I smoked through the second third of the cigar. And on the palate of that second third, there was a smooth, dark chocolate covered almonds, and then there was a coffee ground finish. The raisin note disappeared in the second third. And then the retrohale gave me a light white pepper spice over a sugar biscuit taste with some toasted almonds and oak wood. And again, the burn line, now it wasn't as straight as the first third, but the ash still held on since I first combusted the cigar. Then I smoked through the final third. So off the final third, I got an apricot citrus fruit taste with some charred oak wood, and there was this rich mineral leather taste to it. And out the retrohale, it gave a white pepper spice, it was very minimal spice though, over this plain biscuit kind of taste. And this final third, the burn line corrected itself and it gave a very good burn line once again. I would say the body of this cigar is medium plus. All of these flavors you're really gonna taste throughout your palate, and it lingers for some time. It's not a long finish, but it definitely sticks for, that whole in between puffs. So I would say it's medium plus. Strength, I would say this is a medium plus, maybe on the edge of full. Definitely eat something before you decide to smoke this cigar. So the flavor, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I mean, every time I've smoked the Judge, it gives a nice, it just reminds me of a good chocolate bar. So, pretty nice flavor. Construction, I gotta say, it's a 9 out of 10. Well constructed, good burn line, ash holds on strong, signs of a good pack. And the price, for $13, this one, I would say, it falls right in the middle, above average, but not the best $13 cigar. So I would give it a 7 out of 10 for price, which brings the overall to a 23 over 30, which equates to about a 7.7 out of 10. I mean, definitely I would recommend this cigar to anyone who wants to, smoke a consistent cigar that has not disappointed me yet. I haven't found, a bad or a dud, out of all the ones that I've smoked. So I call this all reliable. It's definitely a cigar that I would take to a desert island, the zombie apocalypse, what have you. It's something that I know I'm gonna enjoy every single time. So yeah, there you have it, guys. This has been, a review of My Father the Judge and the Grand Robusto Vitola. And until next time, you already know the drill. Don't inhale.